Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Military Faculty of Sumy State University. At first I want to introduce myself. Colonel Kalabulin is the instructor of our military faculty. Today we'll talk about non-specific armament for artillery. We'll talk about the helicopters. And during this class I will try to give you knowledge for identification of Mi-17 helicopters. As you see, we have a classroom condition, and after this training you will identify the mission capabilities and general characteristics of Mi-17. Classroom training include course introduction, Mi-17 general characteristics, crew requirements, aircraft weight, fuel load, dimensions, and mission roles. During the class I want to pay you attention about the classroom rules. Please, no food, no drinks. Your cell phone, please switch off. Quality assessment, smoking area designated, please not sleep, and no fire. Tips of success of this course, please pay attention to all details. About the mission capabilities. Identify the describe the Mi-17 helicopter's mission capabilities and general characteristics. Mi-17 general characteristics. Actually, it's a Russian rotary wing aircraft originally produced at Mil Moscow helicopter plant, Mil Bureau. Actually, it's a main name of the plant. Military version, Mi-8 MTV-1. You can see this helicopter on this picture. For internal market, it's Mi-8. For external market, we have Mi-17V1 or Mi-17V5. I will pay more attention about that type a little bit later. So, about the Nato classification, it's a HIP. Additionally, when we're talking about the Nato tactical marks, as you see, it's a friendly troops, blue color, and foreign troops, or enemy. It's a red color, and we have a diamond, and inside of this diamond we have like a butterfly. Civilian version, Mi-17. But Mi-17 V1 and V5, it's a military version. Current production, 3 factories. It's a Kazan, Ulan-Ude, China. These three plants can produce body of this helicopter. But when we're talking about main rotor, actually it's a 5 blades. As you see, 5 blades. This part, it's a main rotor. This is a tail rotor, it's a 3 blades. Mounted on the left side. Different kind of helicopters has different versions. Sometimes tail rotor can be on the left side, sometimes on the right side. It depends, push or pull. It's a characteristics from aerodynamics. For artillery guys, maybe it's not very important, but for your understanding, it exists. Additionally, we have 2 engines. 2 plants can create this type of engine, Klimov or Motor Sich in Zaporozhye. Characteristics of this engine or specification of this engine is TV3-117VM. Exists serial 1, serial 2, serial 3. About these details a little bit later. Turboshaft engine. Turboshaft engine, it's a type of this engine. And as you see, power of every engine, 2,225 horsepower. These 2 engines mounted on the top of aircraft. Additionally, we have 3-cycle landing gear. Main fuel tank, fastened on outside of fuselage. Fuselage is semi-monocoque. All metal rivets, aluminum alloy, consist of standard and reinforcers, frames, bulkheads, and stringers. It's a typical construction of every aircraft, and also Mi-8 or all these serial Mi consists of the same construction. Mi-17 crew. For flight capabilities, Mi-17 should have minimum pilot, co-pilot, and flight engineer. Optional can be crew chief. Crew chief should be in the cabin. Normal location, pilot seat, co-pilot on the right seat, and flight engineer on the jump seat between pilot and co-pilot. Some characteristics: aircraft weight, empty weight, approximately 9,100 kilos. You can take this information in pounds, but in kilos, this is the more close for us, 9,100 kilos. Take-off weight, approximately 11,100 kilos. Maximum external sling load, 3,000 kilos. Maximum gross weight, 13,000 kilos. And maximum internal load weight is 4,000 kilos. It's enough or not enough? It depends from situation. Actually, this helicopter with this type of engine has these characteristics. Fuel load. As you see, fuel load also different. Standard fuel tanks identified by 3 straps, 1,870 liters. Left main fuel tank, 745 liters. Right main tank, 680 liters. And service tank, by the way, service tank all time should be full. Left and right engine, left and right tanks we can use for refueling, but service tank all time should be full. 445 liters. Additionally, we can use external fuel tank. For external fuel tank, totally 2,615 liters. Other specification you can see on this part of the slide. Dimensions. As you see, everything in fits, but for your information, you should remember that 1 feet is equal 0 meter. So you can convert feet and meters, but for your understanding, this helicopter totally around 18 meters. 18 meters. Very interesting the next. As you see, blades. These blades depend from the swash plate, can change position of the blades, and depend from this position, the helicopter also can change direction of flight. This is also part of aerodynamics. If you will have some more questions, please ask, and I will pay more attention about this question, and I will give for you full information about this one. But for your information, this point can change a position, and depend from this position, the helicopter change direction of flight. Additionally, when we're talking about dimensions of a helicopter, you should understand we have dimensions of body and dimensions of helicopter with blades. So some characteristics, all these characteristics you can take from this picture. Where we can take full information about characteristics. Actually, it's from manual. In manual, you can find everything. But again, it's absolutely briefly for you, for general understanding. So, between two lines of landing gear, as you see, 14.8 fits. For self-control, please give an answer for the next. Name and location where Mi-17 are produced. We talk about this issue, it's Kazan, Ulan-Ude, or China. Unfortunately, in Ukraine right now, bodies not produced. But our plant motor switch, we can about this one. What is the NATO reporting name for Mi-17? We talk about this issue also, it's a HIP. And how many main rotor blades does the Mi-17 have, and how do they rotate? We have 5, and direction of rotate is clockwise. I'm talking about only main rotor blades, not tail. So, mission roles. For identify the mission roles for Mi-17, you should understand the next. We can use that helicopter for military vehicle transport, for troop transport, for rappelling or fast rope operation, armed attack, drug interdiction, humanitarian relief, external load, and search and rescue, aeromedical evacuation, internal cargo transport, and firefighting. Last time, very, very popular, and even our pilots taking part in every mission for firefighting. When you're talking about configuration of that one, when you're talking about a helicopter, yes, helicopter created and produced in Russia, in China, but you should understand, this is an item. This item can work in every country and for different mission. For example, this one, military vehicle transport. As you see, with this type of ramp, it belongs to Mi-17. V1 or V5, I can give an answer if I will see to this helicopter from another side. So, according to this ramp, this Mi-17. This one, troop transport. As you see, another type of ramp. I can say this Mi-8. So, again, rappelling or fast rope. You see this part of helicopter. Also this Mi-17. Actually, this V1, Mi-17 V1. For Mi-17 V5, on this part, on the nose should be a radar, and the nose has a little bit different construction. So, armed attack and drug interdiction. This type of mission very popular in Colombia, and this helicopter very popular in Colombia also. So, humanitarian relief, search and rescue, external load. As you remember before, we talked about external load, and for that type of sling, we can use not more than 3,000 kilos. But again, these characteristics very, very depend. From what? It depends from type of engine, it depends from altitude, it depends how many fuel, it depends from a lot of different issues. But final decision, how many kilos will be on that sling, it depends from pilot. Only pilot can make a decision how many kilos they ready to take. So, medevac. Internal load. Again, please pay attention to this type of helicopter. As you see, one type of ramp and another type of ramp on previous slide. I'm talking about this one. Very popular picture again. We're talking about Mi-17 and this type of ramp. Even this type of combat vehicle can be inside for some military mission. Troops also using this kind of helicopter for removing some part of troops from one part of battlefield to another one. Repairing fast rope. Why fast rope? Just because for this kind of jump they don't need landing. Helicopter only hanging, and all troops by this rope can evacuate from helicopter. Armed attack, drug interdiction, humanitarian relief, external load, search and rescue, aeromedical evacuation, internal cargo, firefighting. For self-control, let's talk about the next question. Name the mission roles of Mi-17 is capable of. Troop transport, we just only talk about this issue, you can read, but I want to pay your attention. As you see, it's a multifunctional helicopter, and from our side, from artillery side, we also can use this helicopter for research, for supporting our batteries and division our guns for supporting in research, and you see all information, and even all information from helicopter immediately can go to the battery commander for final decision, for correction action, and for correct direction or accuracy of our fire from one point to another one. What type of landing gear does the Mi-17 use? 3-cycle. What is the minimum crew for Mi-8 MTV-1? Pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer. What is the maximum gross weight for Mi-17? It's 13,000 kilos. When you're talking about the summary, actually we talk about all this point, but for your better understanding that helicopter very important in artillery sphere, you should understand. Reconnaissance, it's a main role of helicopter in artillery. First point, and second point for correction our fire, for correction accuracy of our fire, we also can use helicopter. This type of firing even described in our rules, and maybe a little bit later you will get full information about what we need to do and how to calculate all this information for open fire or enemy. Thank you very much. See you later.